flush finish. Okay. Close. Tight. Finish.
Oh, thanks, Lisa, for completing the task correctly. Before we end this session, could I ask you 2 questions to check how much you have learned during this session?
Okay.
Okay, the first question, what are the 4 things you have to check to ensure that madam is ready for feeding?
Sit, madam, upright. Check tape, not loose. And marking outside nose. And coiling, no coiling.
That's very good. The second question I would like to ask you is, what if the milk is not flowing during the feeding? It's okay. I will teach you what to do. What do you do when the tube is blocked during feeding? What if if the milk is not flowing down during the feeding? Means that the tube may be blocked. Okay. Firstly, you have to kink the tube. Secondly, you have to pour the remaining feeds from the syringe into a cup. Then you have to kink the tube before removing the syringe. Then you cap the cap back. Then you attach the plunger to the syringe. And you pull the plunger to aspirate the blockage into the syringe. And you liquefy the aspirate and try to feed again. So if you are unable to aspirate, you have to inform your sir or ma'am. Okay, so what do you do when the tube is blocked during feeding?
You pour the milk in the cup. And then
It's okay. So you look a bit tired today, Lisa. It's okay. We will continue this session, the next round. So before we end this session, let us review what we have learned today. We have learned today how to actually able to check withdraw the content from the tube to ensure that the tube is in the stomach. We have learned how to perform the tube feeding. Okay, so how do you find this session?
Not easy. Many things to remember.
It's okay, Lisa. This is your first time doing this NG feeding. It's not easy for you, but you are doing very well as you are able to kink the tube. You know how to attach the syringe to the tube, and you're able to aspirate the pH to ensure that the pH is the correct pH before we feed madam. You will need to improve on what do you do when the tube is blocked during feeding. I will need you to actually go home to actually read this booklet when you have the time, and during the next session we will go through this together again. Is that okay with you?
Okay.
Well done. Okay, we will continue in the next session.